Yo, what's going on everybody? It's Bo Dangle. In today's video we are going to be unboxing and getting our first shots in on the CYMA Platinum SMG9. Let's get into it. Uncut tape this time. I know on the last CYMA I unboxed I had already cut the tape. This time I didn't cut the tape. Yeah boy. So in the box, I'm pretty sure this is a 120 round straight mid cap versus the angled MP5 style mid caps that I have now. I like that look. It looks pretty sweet, to be honest. We'll play with those after. Also, to the one guy who cried over me throwing away these BBs last time. All right, let's crack into this gun. We'll get the box out of here, the manual out of here. Nobody reads that anyway. So this is a full metal MP5 with an M-lock front handguard and a PDW stock. Your battery compartment is in this stock. We will get to that later. It comes with the stubby little grip, no sights, but it does come with a rail on top so you can attach optics. We will get to that also later. The flash hider is removable right out of the box. You just push that forward and it just slides right off like that. This does come off, revealing thread, and I do have a suppressor that's going to go on this because I have a longer inner barrel that's going to go in it that's stainless at some point. But for now, we'll just keep that on there like so. Let's test this fitment on this mag. That's not the greatest. The gun does come with an extended mag release in the front here, so you can push it forward and pop that out. It has a recessed release, mag release, in the frame of the gun as well, just like the other MP5 that I have. I heard that the selector likes to just float by semi-auto and go right into full auto, so let's test that out right now. It is ambi, it's on both sides, which is nice for us lefties, as well as the mag release is ambi. The stock is a little sticky trying to remove it. It likes to get hung up. You gotta really press on it and pull. Seems to only be 2 position. Oh, there's a position there, there's a position there, and that's all the way in. So I guess it's 3 position, my bad. But it kind of floats by all those positions and goes into the fully locked out position. The stock feels good. It's not super wobbly. The other MP5 I have, that thing is all over the place. It's almost not even worth shouldering. I don't know why people complain about that selector switch. That feels like a normal MP5 selector switch to me. It's actually pretty responsive. I'm not gonna lie, that's not bad. I noticed with the other MP5 that I have, because I'm not used to the MP5 platform so much, I'm really used to M4s. I constantly in games am switching from safe to semi-auto just to check to see if my gun is actually in semi-auto. I'm not used to feeling for that and knowing exactly where it is. I can't get over how floppy this mag is that comes with it. Let's try out my mags. That's much better. That's disappointing because I like this stick mag look. That probably will never get used now. And that just completes the MP5 look. I mean, my favorite part about this compared to my other MP5, which I will break out in a minute, is you can actually HK slap it. This one is kind of lackadaisical on the HK slap. It's not super snappy, but that's good. It's not going to shear this handle off. You can do it and it's fun and it won't break because the other one's plastic. That one will break. So to remove this buttstock, you would push the paddle like you were going to move it into a different position, but on the other side as well, you have to pinch and then pull and it'll slide right out, revealing your battery compartment, which is in this tube. Now this will take, I'm pretty sure, Dean's 11-1 because it has the CYMA Platinum MOSFET in there. You can fit and a decent 11-1 in there. It's actually not terrible. I will show you that in a minute too. But without further ado, let's get a battery in this thing and shoot it. So we got a Dean's 11-1 here. We're gonna try out this stick type battery and see if it fits. We got the beep, we know that it's good to go. Slides right down in there like nothing. You can tuck your wires in there beside it. Make sure your connectors are on top so you don't pinch any wires. Take your cap, which, by the way, this is plastic, so be careful of those threads. Then you take your stock, you pop it back into these holes, do the pinch again, slide your buttstock home. Mag's out, BB's out, Let's get some dry fire shots to feel this trigger. It does have a flat face trigger. That's my first flat face trigger on an airsoft gun. We're gonna see how that feels. There's a lot of take up there. Snappy though, that's really responsive. I'm so impressed with these CYMA Platinum MOSFETs. Everybody rags on them saying that they're junk, that they shit out. I've never had one shit out. People say like, oh, well, if you hold it in full auto for a full minute, it'll definitely melt. Any fucking airsoft gun that you hold in full auto for a full minute is gonna have fucking problems if it doesn't melt. Don't do that. Don't be stupid. Be good to it, it will be good to you. Let's feel that full auto. Now it's rated for a 26 rounds per second full auto. We're gonna test that. We're gonna chrono it. I'm gonna show you guys all of that. So let's get into it. We're gonna chrono it with 2/8 because nobody uses 2/0s and I wanted to. We're also gonna test the RPS. 319 with 2/8. 321. 318. 321. That doesn't sound like 330 with 2/0s to me. Won't know unless I test it. I don't have 2/0s. I threw those ones away. I'm not doing it. Let's test the RPS. Well, when it did read, it was right around 25.5. So that's pretty accurate to what they advertised. I'm pretty happy with it. I never use full auto. I'm a semi-auto guy. I don't really like full auto, but that's nice to know that it's there if you need it. To adjust your hop up, you slide your HK handle back, and then there's a little black dial in there that goes this way, and that's what adjusts your hop up. Alright, so now we're going to compare the HK Elite Force umarex whatever MP5 SD6 to the CYMA Platinum SMG9 MP5. Right off the gate, this one's plastic. This was $200. This one's almost all metal. This was $330. Decent jump in price for metal, but in airsoft you should expect to spend about $300 if you want a full metal gun anyway. That's anywhere near decent. CYMA Platinum lines all are around in the $300 range. All of my CYMA Platinums have been in that range. I'm very happy with all of them. That aside, let's do a quick comparison here. So the first thing I noticed when I got this MP5 was how cheap the thing sounds, dude. The whole gun creaks when you extend the stock. Look at how wobbly that is. Shouldering it makes for a very wobbly stance. The HK charging handle is plastic, so if you HK slap it too hard, it will just snap that right off and then it's useless. This one's safety selector is not as positive as the one on here. You guys can hear the difference. The build quality on this one isn't terrible, aside from it being plastic. You know, for a $200 AEG, if you are a die-hard MP5 fan like I am, and you're willing to spend that, I can't recommend against it, but I definitely don't recommend for it. It hasn't given me any issues as far as shooting. It shoots fine. I did put a higher torque motor in it just because it kind of felt a little sluggish. The mags, they don't wobble in there. They're pretty, I mean, they wobble a little bit, but nothing compared to the stock mag on that one. That was horrendous. But it's negligible. It's not terrible. I mean, it's a plastic mag into a plastic receiver. You can't expect it to be perfect. The magazine release is nice and positive. When you release it, it drops right out. For a $200 AEG, if you really want an MP5, go for it. This gun, there's no creaking anywhere on it. The only plastic parts are the lower receiver, which you're always going to have on an MP5, and just a few little hardware things here and there. Like this is plastic. A couple of these things in here are plastic. I don't know exactly what, but it's in the plastic that it's made with feels better. Like you almost can't even tell that any of it's plastic. Obviously the buttstock is plastic. That'll always be plastic. Like I said before, has the ambi controls, extended mag release. It also drops right out when you are trying to drop a mag. I did notice running around with it, the way I grip the gun, I shoot with my middle finger a lot because I'm a speedy boy. So I noticed that my index finger liked to bump the mag release, and then I'd end up dropping a mag. The stock is nowhere near as wobbly as the MP5 stock. It does have a slight amount of wobble in it, but it's not, I'm super happy with that. It's nice, I like it. And this HK handle being metal, as you can hear, you can HK slap it all day long. It ain't gonna hurt it. So now that I have an MP5 that I'm happy with, you know, it's the CYMA Platinum platform, which I have multiple guns of. I'm happy with that platform. It's got a nice rate of fire, snappy trigger response, and it can take 11.1s, which is, I like 11.1s. I don't like 7.4s. This one, you put an 11.1 in that one, and it's gonna melt the gears. Trust me, I tried it. But this gun is gonna get HPA'd. I have a guy on our team who's a tech. I asked him if he wanted to HPA this, and he said absolutely. So we're gonna go with that. We're gonna HPA it. We're gonna put either a Kythera motor in it or a jack motor in it. I'm not sure. It'll be my first HPA, and I have no idea what I'm doing. So I'm just gonna give it to him and let him go nuts with it. And he says we're gonna dial in the trigger response to be really nice and snappy, because this thing is horrendous on the trigger response. I hated it. So this thing's gonna get gutted, and it's gonna be an indoor HPA. I'm pretty happy with this gun so far. There will be progress updates to it, I'm sure, with both of these as far as what I'm going to be doing to them and gameplays with this and whatnot. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Also go and check out my team Green Mountain Boys YouTube channel. We post event gameplays, team gameplays, training sessions, home games, whatever, you know, shorts, all of it. Thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Stay rad.